Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just so excited to be a part of this Reading for Hope challenge. My name is Diana Sharp. I'm an avid reader and hopefully soon to be published author. Currently, my work is unpublished, but I'm always just writing little things from my own experiences and things that I've been through. So I just wanted to read a little bit from my chapter 3 that says, "Why can't we just take the bus?" I was no more than 9 or 10 years old when I was assigned market duties. I was required to follow her to the market, stand in place as she picked out the best fruits and vegetables and meat, and our very last and most dreaded stop was the coal yard. No trip was complete unless we visited the coal yard. I didn't care much for it, but I did have a deep sense of respect and admiration for the men, women, and children who navigated this small and potentially dangerous place. During our visits, you could still see embers burning, and you had to be careful where you placed your feet, skillfully avoiding the lively hot coals that had not yet quite died down. Once we were finished, I was given the major task of taking home our weekly supply of vegetables, ground provisions, meat, and coal. "Careful, don't squeeze up the banana or pear," she would often say. My treat for making this weekly trip was a nice frozen bag juice, and on very rare occasions, a half of a tasty patty. On those rare occasions, I would observe her tear the bag in half and then break the patty, giving me a nice piece. She ate patty a little differently than most people I knew. She would open her patty face up, take little small pieces, blow on it in a very funny manner, and pushed it into her mouth in a rushed way. After all, she was heading to work some 45 minutes away. She was almost 70 years old, but she moved with the agility and fierceness of a mother no older than 30, working hard to provide for her young. It was summer, and we were walking to the market again. It was our Saturday morning ritual. We would walk, even though there were buses operating regularly. We would spend the first few minutes in silence, and I would lag a few steps behind. With one stern look, she would have me falling quickly in step with her half-run, half-walk rhythm. And then the lectures or stories would begin. Either would depend on the mood she was in. If she was happy and reflective, I would get a happy story from her childhood and the struggles she had overcome, or the many parenting lessons she loved to share. If she was tired, weary, and sad from 69 years of hard labor and no silver lining, she would launch into a brutal lecture about the support she never received from her parents to accomplish her dreams, or how she struggled to raise her 6 children alone as a single mom. Well, mostly, while her grandfather was off in England living the life and gallivanting, as she would say. I loved hearing her stories. She would weave one story after another, and we'd both slip back in time, laughing at the good times and crying at the most painful memories. We established a bond that would last forever. She told me stories I'm sure she told no one else, stories that I secretly cherished and wanted to hear over and over again. Without knowing it, she was telling her story and creating within me an urge to remember it, document it, and later share it when the time came to tell my own story. The market was an exciting and enthralling place. But the most important act that we performed each Saturday morning before she made her way to work was not the careful selection of fruits and vegetables and ground provisions for our week's meals. The most important and profound act was the exchange of stories, the imparting of important life lessons, the exploration and clarification of her family history, the empowerment of a young lady eager to learn and grow, and the meshing of 2 hearts through love and blood. As we trudged to the market in our worn-out shoes, sometimes patchy, and badly worn clothes and nappy hair, hearing her stories was a highlight of not only my Saturday, but my life. I wanted to inherit half her strength and all of her discipline. I was happy that we shared these moments together, and I no longer asked, "Why can't we take the bus?" Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that inspired you to read some more, and even just to start writing your own story. Thank you and have a great day.